I woke up in a wheelchair, not in a bed, not at home. Just a wheelchair, parked in front of Ward C. My head felt heavy, like I was coming out of a deep fog. That ward was supposed to be condemned. After the fire in 2018, they shut it down. But inside I heard something. A baby crying. The sound of the cry sent chills down my spine. The corridor smelled of dental and burnt plastic. A flickering bulb blinked above the door. I should have walked away, but that cry. It pulled at something deep inside me. Something primal. Something that said your child. I pushed the door open. The hinges creaked like they hadn't moved in years. Inside were broken beds, an IV stand, and in the far corner, a crib, rocking with no one there. My breath caught in my throat. I froze in the doorway, every instinct telling me not to go closer. The air felt heavier here, colder, like the room was holding its breath with me. Still, I stepped forward. That's when I saw it. Not in the crib. On one of the rusted hospital beds across the room. A baby, small, and still wrapped in a hospital blanket. Same type they used for me. When I leaned in to see her face, she had my eyes. Not just similar, my exact eyes. I stared, frozen, when a soft voice whispered behind me, "Don't take her again." I spun around, no one. The empty ward stared back at me. I looked down at myself, suddenly aware of what I was wearing. Hospital scrubs. How did I get into hospital scrubs? I thought I was wearing my olive green top and jeans. My memory felt fuzzy, like trying to grab smoke. My hands shook as I searched the room frantically. There it is. Draped over a broken chair near the window with my clothes. My fitted olive green v-neck and dark jeans, folded neatly as if someone had placed them there deliberately. With trembling fingers, I grabbed them and quickly changed. The hospital scrubs falling to the dusty floor. The familiar feel of my own clothes should have been comforting, but it only deepened the mystery. How long had I been here? Who had changed me? And why couldn't I remember? With my heart pounding, I ran to the lobby. I had to find answers. I had to understand what was happening to me. I asked to see Nurse Joy. The nurse at the desk looked confused. That woman hasn't worked here in months. She left after an incident in the mortuary. I asked what happened. She turned away and wouldn't say more. I burst out of the lobby into the hospital hallway. The sterile lights stabbing at my eyes. My chest heaved as I pushed forward. The echo of my footsteps chasing me toward the exit. Behind me, the shadowed mouth of Ward C seemed to breathe, swallowing the space where I had just been. Outside, the air felt too thin, too cold. My olive green top clung to my skin like it didn't quite belong to me. Like none of this did. That night, I sat in my bedroom, the curtains drawn, the walls pressing close. The baby's crib was a pale shape in the shadows, still and silent. She slept peacefully, too peacefully while I couldn't sleep at all. I sat with my phone glowing in my hands, its cold light painting my face in blue. I searched for anything about Ward C dead forums. Abandoned blogs, fragments of stories whispered and forgotten. Then I found it, a buried Reddit thread. Why you don't step into the locked ward. Most of it was nonsense. Ghost stories, urban legends. The kind of half-believed rumors that die in the comments. But one line stopped me cold. If you hear crying in Ward C, leave. It's not your child. It's not anyone's child anymore. I snapped the phone shut. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Somewhere in the room, the crib creaked. I told myself she was still asleep. But in the dark, I could swear I saw her eyes open. 3 nights passed. It was just a whisper at first. Low, soft, and almost like a breeze. I thought I imagined it until she said it again. Obiefuna. The spoon slipped from my hand and pap spilled onto the floor. My heart stopped. Babies her age don't speak yet. I stared at her. She looked back at me, calmly. Too calmly for a child who had just spoken her first word. Then she said the name again. The same name from the hospital file. The name that haunted my dreams. My hands went numb. How could she know that name? I didn't know anyone named Obiefuna, but I had to know who this was. With the trembling hands, I opened Google. The search felt like it took forever. There was a blog post with an obituary of Angela Obiefuna. Died in 2021, stillbirth, same hospital, same ward. My blood ran cold. Her family claimed they heard a baby crying after her death, and the mother swore the child was taken. The room felt cold suddenly, and the air itself seemed to shift. I looked back at my daughter. She was saying it again. Obiefuna, 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 over and over, until it stopped sounding like a name and started sounding like a call or a curse. The sound made my skin crawl. I wanted to cover my ears, but I couldn't move. With my shaking hands, I called the hospital, because I need to know what happened to Nurse Joy. There was silence. Then someone answered, "I can't discuss former employees." "Please, this is very important," I said. The line went dead.